The Asia Cup started yesterday, but the excitement starts today because it's India's first game. The T20 World Cup champions, Champions Trophy champions, the Asia Cup 50 over champions start their campaign. They will be taking on UAE. Welcome to Cricket Buzz Live. I'm Sayami Kher, and with me, it feels like we haven't left since yesterday because I've got Mr. Harsha Bogle and Murli Karthik, who's looking very dapper in that very fancy shirt, and Harsha Bogle with those fancy shoes. I know what the Googling is about. I know.
No. She was searching for something to find fancy in you.
No, the shoes are so fancy.
I was looking at something else because I was searching after red.
Oh, Lady in Black.
But the Woman in Black.
Woman in Black
is not her kind of movie. I know she's doing some big movies in recent times. The Woman in Black is a horror movie.
And she's got her hair also done that way.
So you all better be careful because we know these matches go on to 12:31. So you all don't know what I'll turn into at 12:31. But I've got an update. I will give you all the horror updates later at 12:30 in the night. But India have won the toss. They have decided to bowl first. So that is what is going to happen. There's so much to ask you all because yesterday I kept squeezing in those questions. Are you all a little surprised? I thought India had bat.
I don't know. Karthik is probably a better place to answer that one. I thought the batters needed game time. So I thought they might bat first. So
maybe it's got something to do with the dew factor. I seriously feel because it's so warm and lots of teams have alluded to it. Lots of teams have said that bowling second, it's getting really wet. So maybe they're just preparing the way they want to play. Say if they win the toss and they have to do it against a bigger side, obviously UAE, and yes, UAE wants to win this game against India. But yeah, India wants to play the way they want to play the entire tournament. Maybe that's the way. You don't want your bowlers to endure the wet ball. Whoever you're playing, you don't want that at all.
Well, the captain said that we want to be flexible and we want to be able to do either or. With that kind of a team, I'm sure you go in feeling very confident, and that's what India is feeling because that team is a solid team. So they want to kind of just go in saying that we can do anything and everything. Yesterday, we touched on these topics a little bit, but today we'll deep dive into it a little more. Shubman Gill.
Yes.
He's back in the side, and he's back in the side after July. He's not played a T20I in blue colours for a very long time. And what do you make out of that? Because it's also, Shubman Gill, we spoke about how you said we are hopefully, if all goes well, we play here till the 28th. And then there's a test match in the second. So an all-format player, all-format captain.
I mean, there's little doubt. Shubman Gill, the IPL player at the moment, is significantly superior entity to Shubman Gill, the India T20 player. But you want to see that change. His numbers in the IPL, if you look at his last performance, in 25, he averaged 50-odd and made over 650 runs, striking at 155. Was a fantastic tournament. He's got 800 runs in a tournament. That was, we were literally just pushing our jaws back up watching him bat. But his numbers for India are nowhere near the numbers that he has generated in the IPL. So this is going to be a bit of a test for Gill, the batter, to then go on and generate those numbers.
Because that's a great point you make because like you said, his India numbers haven't been that great, and Ajit Agarkar, your golfer partner, has said that we're not looking at IPL so much. So Gill's selection, there was lots spoken about his selection.
Yes, it is. And also if you think of his numbers in England, before going to England, weren't great.
Correct.
Yes.
But he turned it around. Look, you look at potential. You look at, as a selector, it's not just numbers alone. If numbers had to select a team, then a computer could have done it. You don't need 5 people to do it and their logic behind it. You look at people going forward. You look at building a side. That's what we're all looking at. Whenever you are a captain, whenever you're a coach, all that you're looking to do is not just have a successful side at the moment, but also leave a side for the future. And when you talk about him being elevated to captaincy, many people could have said, oh, was he the choice of captaincy when it came to Test cricket in England? Maybe not. Maybe they could have looked at someone else. But they gave it to him keeping in mind the future. And similarly, when it comes to T20, and I'm pretty sure half an eye is always there on your current performance. Nobody can tell me that Abhishek Sharma didn't get picked because of his blazing start in the IPL. IPL is one of the toughest competitions. If you don't look at that as a barometer,
no doubt.
Absolutely. It is the toughest competition. Ask any player on the planet who's playing T20 cricket. Sometimes it's tougher than playing international T20 because of the quality that you have in all the teams. So I'd be surprised if that wasn't the case. But again, coming back to Gill is just a phenomenal player. Gill is just a class act. And if you elevated him to vice captaincy, and you know that with Rohit Sharma around the corner or in the twilight of his ODI career, you're looking at him as an all-format player, all-format leader. So I think it's just a question of time before those numbers are also...
I think the last point he said was what his golfing partner would have been thinking about. It's very, very clear that he is the captain in waiting. And they want a single captain across formats. It's very clear. So therefore, the opportunity to come here and prove himself and generate the numbers here, because remember, he's coming in the place of someone who's been astonishingly good at the top of the order. And he's taking that person's place. So he's got to go and deliver. But look, everything that you've seen about Shubman Gill so far suggests that he's got it all. And with Gill, he produces that strike rate, and we're going back to IPL numbers because those are significant numbers. He generates that as a combination of solidity and strike rate. That is what you want. So let's see how he goes. Now that the call's been taken, we observe.
Yes, the call has been taken. We will have a look at that 11 once we have it in place. But you know, just as a fan, not trying to play devil's advocate, you have Sanju Samson in that 15. Then you get Shubman Gill. Then you take away the vice captaincy from Akshar Patel because you don't know how he's going to fit in. Do you think it's a little unfair that it just keeps moving around so much?
Look, unfortunately, in the utopian world, nothing is fair. And sometimes as cricketers, we know that the axe can fall on you anytime. And again, at the end of the day, just because a certain logic didn't work out for a certain period of time doesn't mean that you have to continue with it. And the opposite is also true. Sometimes you want your logic to bear fruition as well. And again, coming back to Shubman Gill, if Shubman Gill is your captain, is your future, is he the crown prince or whatever you want to call him, I think you want to elevate him to that, isn't it? And again, coming back to Akshar Patel is competing with fellow spinners. Akshar Patel was the main player. Akshar Patel won us the series against Australia, and Akshar Patel wasn't even on the tour to England in a test game. And I'm hoping that we will see him when we have West Indies and South Africa back here. So giving vice captaincy to Shubman Gill, having seen him the way he captained GT the first year wasn't great for him. He was also trying to find his feet. Sometimes you want to see whether the cap fits you, the captaincy cap fits you or no. And this time around, he was a very different captain and a player.
Yes.
Numbers as a captain, captaincy numbers, everything improved come second time. And with having gone through this litmus test, England is no easy tour. And giving it to a young player when his own numbers were questionable, I think that was a big call. And he has come out with flying colours, just the way he batted. Whether the wickets are flat, no flat, I'm not bothered.
Yes.
Playing in England is not easy as a batter, and he came out with flying colours. And that is exactly what you're hoping. You want to see the future of it. Look, some of the greats of Indian cricket aren't there.
Yes, of course.
Rohit Sharma isn't there. Virat Kohli isn't there. Ravindra Jadeja, who was a mainstay of everything, isn't there. So now you're looking at a team in transition, some fine players. We touched upon that. Harshad mentioned all those wonderful names. Who might be thinking, can we move to a different country? We might find a place in this 15. And it's only a 15. At least early on you had the feeling that, oh, we are an 18-man squad, we are a 20-man squad, we are part of the Indian team. Yeah. Even that is not going to happen because it's a solid, tight 15-man squad. So I think, look, you are going to make the odd mistake as selectors. Nothing is right, but I think Shubman Gill and what he brings to the table, I think is just a class act.
It's a tough job being a selector because there is just a problem of plenty with India. There's been so much discussion about what is going to be that 11. Let's have a look at that because that's all we've been discussing for the last 10 days leading up to this trophy. All right, then there is Sanju Samson in there, Harsha. And there is Kuldeep Yadav, Akshar Patel,
there is no Jitesh Sharma.
That's a surprise.
They are going with the format that did so well for them in South Africa, which is Hardik Pandya as the second seamer and a spin-heavy attack. So let's look at that again, because clearly Shivam Dube is playing as a third seamer.
Yes.
And that is something that his franchise team hasn't found in him for a couple of years. So they're trying to say, and one day we'll have a whole discussion on this impact sub and what it's doing for India. But this is very interesting on 2 or 3 counts. One is they've decided that there's going to be wicket-taking wrist spinners, but Sanju Samson in the middle ahead of Jitesh Sharma.
Yes.
So what they've done is they've taken someone's strength out and they're trying him out in the middle. And they've taken someone whose strength is playing in the middle out. So it surprises me enormously. I think the word, now that this has happened, I'm trying to read between the lines, the word must have gone out to Sanju Samson about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Because he went and played in the middle order in the Kochi, for his Kochi side, in the Kerala League, and made 13 of 22 balls. 13 of 22 balls batting at number 5. Next game, he went and opened and got a 90, 147, 48 balls. So I think maybe he was trying to make a statement there, but Sanju Samson has never been at his best when he's coming up against the ball that's stopping and turning. So I don't know what they're trying to do here. Maybe they're just trying to tell Sanju Samson, we trust you so much that we can't leave you out of the side, but now go and find yourself a niche in the middle order and rediscover yourself as a finisher.
Well, there's something else which I found very interesting is that we saw something that you spoke about yesterday. Sky is slotted at number 3 and Surya Kumar Yadav, the batter, we know what he can do at number 3, number 4, but he is at number 3 today. But Surya Kumar Yadav, the captain, lots of eyeballs on him, which is why he is a player to watch out for, powered by the all-new Citroen Basalt Thrill B, Style B. When we talk about thrill and style, it goes hand in hand with Surya Kumar Yadav, the batsman. But what have you made of his captaincy?
I think I enjoy it. In the cauldron of international cricket, where it's not as if he's a spring chicken, when captaincy has been given to him, again, people can question, should he have been the captain of MI, Hardik Pandya, vice versa. He has come in and he's always got a smile on his face. That is something which is unbelievable. It's not a plastic smile, mind you. It's a very, very genuine smile and a very cool, calm, it's a smile which he handles and wears very well. And that is something which we see with him in any situation, whether he's batting. There is no arrogance. There is a sense of confidence in the way he goes about it. And I think the bowlers have said it as well. I think there is a pulse which he reads pretty well with the game. And I think that's one of the reasons why he's been pretty good with his captaincy. He's not, thankfully, by God's grace, not lost any series as a captain. And again, at the end of the day, that's what you want from any captain who's been around for a while. And with his batting, it's just magical. Look, what he can manufacture, the pyrotechniques, whatever you want to call it. As I said yesterday, I think he was the most dreaded bowler. Sometimes as a commentator who used to bowl, sometimes you're thinking, how do I bowl to him? Where would you like to stop him? Where would you like to get him out? Because there are not too many areas. Sometimes he gets himself out. He's got so many shots. He can fabricate so many...
No, his batting, we can go on and on and on, Karthik, because that's what he does.
Yeah, so I think that actually sometimes with him not getting as many runs in the recent past, does it affect his captaincy? Which it hasn't. So that's exactly what you want to see from Surya Kumar Yadav coming into this tournament as well. He's still got that smile. I think people respect him for what he has done. And that's what you want. You want your troops to follow you. But the only thing, as I said again, is with Shubman Gill being elevated, sometimes as a young vice captain, you also want to go and contribute. You're the test captain and you've captained your own franchise. So that'll be an interesting dynamic, how he uses that information from Shubman Gill and how much of information Shubman Gill gives to him as well.
You know, like you said, he always has that smile on his face. What I also really admire about Surya Kumar Yadav, the captain, is his intelligence, because his win-loss ratio for India is highest by any captain in a T20. And when you talk about intelligence, Harsha, just like the all-new Citroen Basalt, it's got India's first intelligent co-passenger, Kara. This co-passenger, Kara, is intelligent, it's intuitive, it's a conversational in-car passenger. Would you have liked Surya to be your passenger if you had a choice?
I'd love to, because I think he understands T20 cricket better than almost anybody else I've met. He just gets T20 cricket. And you can see that T20 cricket is not about tense players. It's about happy, relaxed players, because you're constantly playing a high-risk game. So if you're constantly worried, saying, oops, where's my place? What am I going to do? Then you're not going to deliver. And that's why, as he said, he's an arm-round-the-shoulder captain. He plays with a smile. He's got, I'd love to have him next to me. Actually, what I'd love to have him driving and me sitting next.
That will be a thrilling drive for sure if he drives. I'm told he's quite a thrilling driver.
If he drives like he bats, then I'm constantly looking towards fine leg to see what's coming.
But
maybe you're constantly looking to point to get out of the door.
Well, but who doesn't want a conversational in-car companion? Do you have anyone you would have liked to go on a long tour when you have these long tours as a companion?
Come on,
You mean cricketing-wise?
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. You can choose.
Look, I had lots of partners in county cricket because that's what you did. But in international cricket, you don't have that because you're
I'm trying to see how long he takes to answer your question.
No, I'm just thinking, now, from a cricketing point of view, I think I would love Harbhajan next to me or an Ashish Nehra next to me.
So you kept it cricketing. Safe.
Yeah, I kept it cricketing.
Safe.
The reason being that you could have the maximum amount of stress in your body, but with Harbhajan and Ashish around, they always keep it fun. They always, I
thought you were going to go with VVS Lakshman.
No, VVS is a very, very dear friend. But beyond the point, VVS will get too spiritual and too, what should I say, very right. You want some fun moments as well.
Well, with the all-new Citroen Basalt, with Kara, you can ask Kara anything. You can ask them cricket stories, you can ask them cricket records, weather, news, anything that you want. And that's what I can do here at CricBuzz. I can ask you all anything that I want.
Don't tell me.
Kara Khair's got a nice ring to it.
Kara Khair.
Kara it is. So
Kara Khair. Okay.
I'm Khair, but that's Kara.
Yes.
But, Harsha, I want to understand is what do you think the biggest challenges Surya is going to face as a captain going towards the T20 World Cup?
It'll come when the going starts to get a little tough for him. Because at the moment, everything is going right for India. You saw those numbers there. A small number of games yet. It's only 20-odd games. But the numbers are fantastic. He's got great talent to choose from. But he will increasingly be with a team of great achievers. And how does he make each of those achievers happy and generate a sense of belonging within the side? His first test is going to come now, where he's got to, Sanju Samson's got to believe whatever is happening for his good.
Yes.
Because at the moment, Sanju Samson saying, hang on, I've done everything right. Now they're pushing me into a middle order role. He's got to keep Jitesh Sharma happy because Jitesh Sharma's role has gone to somebody else. This is a team of phenomenally gifted players and he's got to make all of them feel good. So his challenge is beginning now and I wish him well.
And also I think as a captain, sometimes you also have to speak to people whom you have handled before who are not part of the 15. Because at the end of the day, they could also be coming in any moment if there's a loss of form, any injury.
There's one other thing. Wasn't Arshdeep one of the players, ICC player of the tournament?
Absolutely.
And he's not finding a place in the side because Surya Kumar Yadav's style is bat very deep and pack yourself with wicket-taking players. So if Arshdeep is not playing, hang on, you're telling one of the best bowlers in the world, someone who's been very good at the last T20 World Cup, so he's got to handle a lot of people to get the balance that he wants.
Well, there's still some time for the T20 World Cup, but let's hope that he can breeze past all these challenges with thrill and style, which is why Surya Kumar Yadav was our player to watch out for, powered by the all-new Citroen Basalt Thrill B, Style B. I know, Karthik, there's so much more I want to ask, but we have to quickly have a look at the UAE 11 and see what they have in store today. The UAE 11, Harsha, there's that one name up there. He leads from the front, Mohammad Wasim, the captain. We know he's this big power hitter. So for UAE to fire, he's also gone out and made this statement that we can upset India or Pakistan. So he's showing that intent.
They came close to beating Afghanistan in one of the games recently in the tri-series that they played in Sharjah. I think they fell 4 short in a 170 chase. But when I look at that side, it looks to me a settled side because this is the kind of team they've been playing with for a while. And remember, for them, this is a huge tournament because immediately after this, they go and play the T20 World Cup qualifiers. They put in a great performance here, then they're better placed against weaker teams. We used to say very often that you go to Australia or you go to West Indies in those days, you come back a better player even if the team has lost. So for them, this is a big call and it's a fairly settled side. I think the IL-20 will start showing its effect. So Wasim has done well in the IL-20. Sharafu has done well in the IL-20. Junaid has done well in the IL-20. So I think slowly you'll start seeing that. But this is a fairly settled core group that they've put out now.
Like you said, 12 of the 15 from the UAE squad have featured in the T20. And Karthik, we spoke about it a little bit yesterday, but Mohammad Wasim, the captain, he's somebody who hits them and they stay hit.
Yeah.
He hits them really big because he's got, I think, 100 sixes that he's hit in one calendar year. He's just a little short of Rohit Sharma. This is in T20 eyes. So he's 25 hundreds away from Rohit Sharma. So we know he can hit it, 25 sixes away from Rohit Sharma. So we know he can hit it big. But does he need to adapt a little bit and just not be aggressive and attacking only, and adapt and go maybe to second and third gear when it's needed?
I think that is a game which everyone wants. We saw that yesterday as well. We spoke about all the openers. We saw the way Hong Kong openers started. They can hit the ball, like Hayat can hit the ball, but what do you have in between that? And I think against better quality bowlers, they're not going to give you, Bumrah's not going to give you a hit-me ball, even if you play for 24 of his deliveries. So you need to find the middle game. You need to get away from him and try and do different things. So of course, as a batter, you want that. You want a well-rounded game. But the most important thing, as we always tell a fast bowler, you need speed. As a batter in this format, you also need to be able to hit sixes at will, which is what he has. But again, sterner test comes against better teams, and that is what they will be facing. All the talk about wanting to beat India and Pakistan is absolutely good, because that is how you rev your team up. But at the end of the day, realistically, you need to find a game plan to come up against some of the best bowlers in T20 cricket. They are all seasoned campaigners. You think of Hardik Pandya. Hardik Pandya bowls really good delivery, so you can't just come and go bam bam, I'll smash you out of the park. So yeah, he has got the big game. It's about finding the middle game as well.
Be interesting to see how he goes about things today. For all of you who have just joined in, just a reminder, India won the toss and they will be bowling first. We'll quickly show you all that playing 11 again, because there are surprises in that playing 11 which we probably wouldn't have expected, but that's how exciting it is every time India plays. And with regards to this playing 11, we've got a question coming in as well on Ask Crickbuzz, because clearly I can't be the only one asking the questions. So let's have a look at the question on Ask CB. Pallavi asks us, is India's only weakness around the number 8 spot? The lack of a proper
Akshar
six
is at
hitting?
number 8, I think.
Yeah.
Akshar can't hit sixes. Hello? Akshar will feel very bad.
I think maybe Pallavi sent in the question before the playing 11s came in. But are you happy with Akshar at 8?
Is Akshar happy at number 8? No. No.
Akshar has batted well up
Very
the order.
well,
Yeah.
very well.
Nobody's happy. In that squad, who's going to bat at 8? Either Akshar bats 8, Dubey bats 8, Samson bats 8, or Pandya bats 8. Nobody's happy batting at 8. So that's going to be a bit of a floater. I won't be surprised at all if in case Tilak Verma is out and there's a left-hander bowling, if Akshar can come in, each of those 5, 6, 7, 8 can bat anywhere. So I think that's an batting order that's been submitted. I think it'll be completely free-flowing. I think it'll be very, very tactical on who goes in where. The Shivam Dubey there also as the left-hander to go and demolish spin in the middle. So it's a very fluid batting order that. So that's how I don't see Akshar Patel being a definite number 8. It'll be much more fluid. My greater concern is who's bowling the first 6 overs, because you want Bumrah to bowl 1, maybe 2.
Yes.
Because
Hardik
you like him
Pandya.
back. So Hardik Pandya bowls top and tail.
Varun Chakravarti 1.
1 over from Varun Chakravarti.
1 over from Akshar.
And what if you've got left-handers?
2 from Hardik.
Akshar's numbers against left-handers. What if you've got a big hitting left-hander up the order? Do you bowl Kuldeep in the power play?
I won't mind.
Yeah, interesting.
Karthik always likes the spinners, and we've got enough of them. But there are lots of spinners to talk
Varun can bowl too if you want.
Varun can bowl.
I thought Harshit Rana, if Arshdeep is not playing, I thought Rana would play at 8.
So you're surprised he went
because
to
of
the
his
extra
big hitting
spin.
ability. Because he can use the long
But the big hitting ability so far not been demonstrated at a higher level, but he can, yeah.
Well, Pallavi was right with the question, because I think the 11 has just surprised all of us with those Sanju Samson coming in and extra spinners coming in. But there's one.
We actually thought yesterday, with whatever we're hearing, that Sanju has not been practicing enough. Jitesh is the one who's batting.
The reporters have said he's hardly kept in practice.
He's not been doing the drills, so it's really a googly. It's a googly for everyone. That's what it is. But I want to talk about that one man who's given so many Indian fans so much joy coming back to the T20 in blue again is Jasprit Bumrah. We've spoken about how Rashid used to be that fear factor. Those 4 overs are just out. With Bumrah, he's got that power. He brings that to the table. How exciting is it to have him back?
Absolutely brilliant. Look, every time he bowls, we always say that sometimes in cricket and in this format, every ball is an event. There are certain bowlers which have spanned the history of cricket. You think of a Waqar, Wasim, Shane Warne, Dale Steyn. There are so many names which spring up. And you think of them and you think, oh, every ball something is going to happen. And that is what you get with Jasprit Bumrah. Whether he plays Test match cricket, ODI cricket, he always seems to be ahead of the batter. You put him in any situation, you give him any wicket, I don't think he needs time to acclimatize. He's just so gifted. Whether it's the oddity of the action, I call him Professori because he wears glasses and he seems to be ahead of every batter every time. He's just magical. Look, sometimes I know that you want to preserve him in cotton wool and wrap him up so that he's fit and fine. And just think of any situation, whether it's a test match, any wicket, just the way he bowls. It's just brilliant. And T20 cricket, you think of everyone going at 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s. He goes at 5.5s and 6.5s. And if he gets hit for a 6, I'm thinking, oh, it's an aberration. How did he manage? When Karun Nair played that wonderful innings against Jasprit Bumrah, who was just coming back from injury, I was thinking, wow, Karun is in prime form and Jasprit Bumrah, how can he even hit Jasprit Bumrah? That's the feeling it. Whereas when the others get it, it's the format. You are going to get hit.
Like you're saying, it's every time the team's in trouble, the captain looks, there's Bumrah, you can give the ball to him at any point. He's surprisingly not played under Sky as captain. So how do you think that's going to go?
That's an interesting one. But they know each other so well. So I don't see that being a factor because when you've got a player like Bumrah, I think you ask him, when do you want to bowl? When are you most comfortable bowling? I'm trying to see, is he going to bowl the first over? If you see what he does most often is he'll bowl around overs 3, 4, 5.
Yes.
The first over sometimes a relatively easier over to bowl. So I'm very curious to see how they're going to use his forward because they want him 2 at the back. There's no doubt at all you have to have 2 Bumrah overs at the back. And in between when you want a wicket. So typically when he plays for Mumbai Indians, for example, he bowls 1 in the power play. Unless he's taken wickets and whatever. So that is one of the things for me to look at as Surya Kumar Yadav's first test. How is he going to use Jasprit Bumrah and how is he going to adjust the power play? I mean, an economy rate of 6 in the power play is ridiculous.
Yes.
Is ridiculous.
Across
so if I'm in the opposition and I've got a 7-8 member strong batting lineup.
16 to 20, look at the economy.
At any place he goes and bowls, that economy is what
16 to 20 economy. Power play, okay. 16 to 20.
So if I'm in the opposition, I'm actually nominating one player to go after Bumrah. Much like Sam Constance did in the test match.
Yes.
So I'm saying I've got 8 batters, one guy, your job is go after Bumrah. And then let's see what happens to the opposition. Let's see how India react because India have now been pampered by Bumrah. So if I'm in the opposition, I'm actually thinking I'm nominating one player to go after Bumrah and then I'll see what happens.
But also, we've spoken about Bumrah and how you said he's a player that the captain should go and ask him when he should bowl. The workload management has been spoken a lot about Bumrah's back. But India's done a good job with the way they've managed Bumrah's workload management.
Look, it's a tough one to say because we're not behind the scenes and we don't know. As fans and as people who are looking at it from the outside, you want Bumrah to play every game. So especially in that test series, when we had that 8-day break, I suppose everyone around was thinking, why is he not playing the second test match, especially when we are 1-0 down? So I don't know. I don't know what this workload management is all about. I know somebody like him, with whatever he's gone through, he needs to watch out. But I seriously don't understand this concept because there have been so many bowlers around the world who have played so much cricket. I know there are certain people who are a lot more injury prone compared to the others. But what happens behind the scenes, I have no clue.
I think you just trust him.
So
I think you just trust him.
You trust him.
You trust Jasprit Bumrah. I think you've got to manage Bumrah much like you manage his overs in a T20 game. And say, when is he fittest? When can he deliver? Because he cannot play 5 in a row. He cannot. Because you play him 5 in a row, you're going to lose him.
Yes.
And he's
That's the new Bumrah. Maybe before you could have had him, but maybe with the current scenario.
And when he plays, he bowls 30, 35 overs. So you've just got to trust him. If he says, this is what I can play, you say, okay.
Well, we have to trust Bumrah. He is a national treasure. I don't know if I can trust both of you.
You can trust him?
No, giving this answer.
Okay.
to the joy.
What is it, joy factor? Not a chance. I don't even bother. I dread when the joy factor question comes because I've got earmuffs after that.
Well, I'm told it's a simpler one. Let's have a look at the joy factor question of the day. Karthik, I think you can try this one. If it is Babar Hayat for Hong Kong, Soumya Sarkar for Bangladesh, Nisanka for Sri Lanka, who is it for India in the specific Asia Cup list? We'll give this thought and give it thought in the green room because Hardik Pandya has the new ball. So it's answering one...
Which is not a surprise at all.
Yes. So
the one thing you have to give credit to Hardik Pandya is he puts his hand up for whatever situation. It's something he's not been given enough credit for. But if you tell him, will you bowl this? He always says yes.
All right. Predictions then.
Predictions then. They're batting first, no? I'm going 154.
136.
154, 136, and I am going 118.
118?
Yeah.
You want a visa or next time you go to Dubai?
Jasprit Bumrah, we've spoken about all these bowlers that we have. I'm going to go with
154 bowler. It's okay.
2 runs of the first ball, that's what it is. Hardik Pandya with his new hairstyle. We know that Carlos Alcaraz, the new hairstyle really worked for him. Let's see what it does for Hardik. We will give you all the updates at the 10 point at the Crick Buzz Combox. Thank you so much for watching Crick Buzz Live.